Ripley's Believe It or Not. Unbelievable people with unbelievable skills, doing unbelievable things. These men and women can perform these extraordinary acts because they have dedicated their lives to understanding all of the risks involved. But there is a difference between watching and doing. So remember, never tempt fate and never attempt any of the dangerous activities you have seen on Ripley's. Believe it.
Demonstrations of sword swallowing and fire eating have always been shoved to the sidelines as sort of lowbrow. But now a husband and wife with extraordinary talents are using high-tech means to get some respect. Meet Kiva and Fred Call, a daring young couple out to make you believers in their bizarre abilities.
It is dangerous. If I swallow the blade too far, I do risk possibly puncturing something at the bottom of my stomach.
Blowing balls of fire, spitting balls of fire, we call them blasts, is the most dangerous fire-eating feat.
A camera will be attached to Kiva's torch for an up-close and personal look at the risks of fire eating. And to show how close Fred comes to serious injury every time he swallows a sword, high-tech medical equipment will, for the first time, reveal not what's happening outside, but what's happening inside the body of a sword swallower during a demonstration.
Well, this is called a mobile C-arm, and it's a fluoroscopic imaging device.
Oh, and one more thing. Fred won't be swallowing your standard sword. He's going to consume a 24-inch curved, razor-sharp sword. Believe it. In many ways, Fred and Kiva Call are an average married couple living and raising a family in New York City.
We are so boring and typical. It's pathetic.
They have regular jobs and a normal, happy family life. Kiva works as a makeup artist, while Fred helps design and build websites. But it's their shared interest in experimenting with their bodies that has brought them together. Both became interested in trying to master these feats from the first time they saw a performance. They met at Coney Island, where Fred demonstrated his sword-swallowing abilities.
I thought he was charismatic. He won me over.
It didn't take long before Fred and Kiva became a team. They eventually married on the famous Coney Island boardwalk. But there are always those who are convinced that fire eating and sword swallowing are just illusions. And some skeptics believe that the swords are retractable.
I'm here tonight to prove once and for all that sword swallowing is not a trick, it is real. These swords, as you can see, are real steel.
Now it is time to prove that what they do is 100% genuine. Kiva goes first. Her job is straightforward, for clearly this is real fire. No one but a trained professional should ever try this dangerous demonstration. Her torch is burning at more than 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is very real. Kiva uses ancient meditative techniques to separate her mind from the pain. Although some fire eaters use a protective gel to prevent burns around their mouths, Kiva has no protection on her skin.
It's a state of hypnosis. You look at the fire and my whole body just moves into that, and there's nothing else happening outside. It's like going underwater.
So far, neither Kiva nor Fred has ever been seriously injured, but that could change. The fluoroscopic imaging device is up and running. There's no turning back now, and there's no fooling this machine.
We're going to follow the sword all the way down the chest.
That's incredible. Oh, wow. You can see the ribs and everything. What is it? Is that his heart beating?
Yes,
down?
it is. That is
So
correct.
You can pick up the ribs and everything. That's
Everything.
absolutely awesome.
There, see the heart beating again.
Collarbone up through the throat.
Right there to the mouth.
With the straight sword safely removed, Fred gets ready to insert the 2-foot curved sword. For this, he has to bend his body into the same shape as the razor-sharp blade, or risk puncturing his insides.
All right, I'm ready.
It's tricky to really get your spine in the appropriate position, to really have it go down smoothly.
You can see the blade as it scrapes along his esophagus, coming dangerously close to major organs.
The curved blade is really the toughest blade that I have to swallow.
As the blade slips further down, Fred starts to gag. The spasms rocking his body could cause the sword to pierce his throat.
You see the tip of that sword? Yes. Excellent. Better than the last.
Not only has he done it, but the fluoroscope shows Fred can swallow this sword all the way to the pit of his stomach without so much as a scratch. Fred and Kiva are elated. At least tonight, no one can deny that fire eating and sword swallowing are authentic. These are pursuits that have not only stood up to this examination, but also to the test of time.